We are live, and hello and welcome to the Wrestling Corner. Today, we're going to be talking about AEW Teleportation. We're going to be talking about just Mania Go Home Show, all the Mania doings and done. And we're going to be talking about our big WrestleMania 36 actual predictions. I'm joined by my regular co-host Simon today. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing all right. I'd just like to say, didn't Matt Hardy confirm it wasn't teleportation?
So, what did he confirm it as? And
Wasn't it Vanguard 1 projecting various images? I don't know. I found it hard to follow.
I've put it as teleportation because when I first watched it, it was clearly teleportation.
I thought it was teleportation. I think everyone did.
I think Matt Hardy thought it was teleportation, but the broken words were getting past him. But yeah, we're talking about what we usually talk about, and I think we'll just get straight into it. Starting off with AEW, the show opened up with Tony Schiavone, Kenny Omega, and Cody Rhodes, who was on commentary for the day. Just basically running down the show. The first match was Cody versus Jimmy Havoc. Brandy Rhodes was on commentary. Decent back and forth. Jimmy Havoc did get a good showing. Finish came. Cody gave Havoc a reverse suplex, and then he gave him two crossroads for the victory. After the match, Jay the Snake Roberts cut a really nice promo, like pre-done promo, and it was basically Lance Archer is chomping at the bit just to get in the ring with somebody from AEW. Here I am, the best man the wrestlers ever had, yet not a phone call when AEW started last year, and not a phone call for Lance Archer, who was in Japan romping and stomping, basically saying AEW was afraid, and basically he's challenging Cody to a match. I think Lance Archer makes his debut tomorrow. I'm pretty confident. And then Cody basically goes upon the commentary. I've got a question to ask. We've talked about it previously. Do you think Cody Rhodes? It always seems on his AEW matches he has to hit two crossroads to get the victory.
Right.
Do you think this is sort of a detriment to his? Not a detriment, but like, is it a cockiness of hitting these two crossroads and then pinning them, or is it to try to keep the opponent looking strong?
I see it as he sort of does it out of respect, saying he don't want to take the risk and be like one crossroads kick out. Oh no, I think he'd rather feel like hit two crossroads, be on the safe side, because it doesn't damage it being used as a finisher because it's not being kicked out of.
Yeah,
like if it's one crossroads kick out, second crossroads, you might be little bit like it might feel a bit flat, but no, I think it's sort of being used pretty perfectly.
Well, it's a question I was wondering because he seems to have done it nearly in every match he's had on AEW TV, where he's hit it and then hit it again just to make sure. But great. Next up, we had Kip Sabian versus Darby Allin. They've been having sort of a back and forth in AEW, like not big rivalry, but I think I'm pretty confident they had some early matches when AEW was starting. Basically, the finish came from the ring up, and Penelope Ford grabbed Darby's legs, giving Kip enough time to switch gears. Kip smacked Darby with a right hook, but Darby pulled out the win with the last super leg submission. Great decision, obviously. If you don't know, AEW have just announced their mid-card title. It was yesterday the TNT Championship, and there is a tournament happening on the 8th of April. I mean, we'll just have a bit of a break. Who do you think should win it, basically?
Mid-card title?
Yeah.
Also, the TNT title. I don't want to call it the mid-card title.
No, but it is.
Mid-card.
It's called the TNT Championship, and they're having like an 8-man tournament starting next week. So not tomorrow, the week after.
Well, they think the final's going to be double or nothing, don't they? If it goes ahead,
probably, yeah.
I think you'd be hard pressed to look past Darby Allin, to be honest.
I think he's probably Darby Allin or Sammy Guevara.
Oh yeah, Sammy Guevara's a good one. Yeah, but I don't think they'll make it to the final because they've just had a match at the most recent pay-per-view.
Yeah, but it's a good one.
Yeah, either Allin or Guevara. I'd still be more tempted to say Darby.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who do you think could go. You've got your Lance Archer and your Brody Lee.
Brody Lee.
I don't think they'll put one of them higher. Maybe Brody Lee higher on the card.
Nah. I kind of feel the Dark Order's motive isn't really to win championships.
No,
it's more just to get people to join Dark Order, as they say.
Who do you think is genuine like contenders? Like, man,
I really like Kip Sabian. I have sort of before he joined AEW, but I don't think they've sort of done enough with him.
I quite like it, and from what I've seen of him, is decent. I'm just going through the roster now. You will probably have Christopher Daniels, I'm guessing, will be one, because it's normally Kazarian and Sky are the tag team, so maybe Daniels might be in there.
No, because they're going towards that 6-man tag at Double or Nothing. Dark Order versus SCU.
Yeah, maybe we could get any viewers. I'm just trying to think, because then you've got Darby, Colt Cabana. You've got so many.
I feel like that's a bit too much in the frame for the main title.
Yeah. So Colt Cabana, Jimmy Havoc.
No.
I think then you got Kip Sabian, Lance Archer, Luther, Matt Hardy, MJF.
I would say, why have we not said MJF? Maybe because he's got
the main card. He's upper card. He's main title.
I don't know. I think you look at what he's supposedly the mid card title in NXT. Though, look at who's held it. Roderick Strong, Velveteen Dream.
True.
Do you know what I mean? You'd class them as sort of upper carders.
In fairness, that'd be a good final MJF.
I can't wait to talk about NXT this week.
You probably take the reins and I'll talk, but you think, Orange Cassidy will definitely be up there. Pac possibly. I'm just going through QT Marshall. No,
will Orange Cassidy ever win a title? Do you think?
Yes, he will. I think he'll win it. I think there might be a point where they don't take him seriously in terms of he'll have a match where he goes. It's like the one he had on last pay-per-view.
All right, yeah.
Or the last Big Show against Pac.
Big Show.
The Big Show. What pay-per-view was it where he against Pac?
Cassidy and Pac. Revolution.
Revolution, yeah. Sean Spears possibly is another one. People don't. Maybe Wardlow. But I think his character just wouldn't fit it. But yeah,
Mr. Mayhem would not win a title.
I saw that name and I was like, is that his genuine? That is his genuine.
Yeah, Mr. Mayhem.
Right, and then we did have a squash match, which was Jake Hager beating Chico Adams.
Yeah, just quickly, do we need? Has a link been tweeted out?
No, because the Josh, who I don't think is awake, I've asked him to tweet it out, and I'm guessing he will just tweet out when he's up. I've messaged him, but don't have Twitter. I need to get the Twitter off him, but I say just do a normal tweet and just put the link in if you want. Yeah. Right, scroll down through here. After this, Moxley appeared. There were camera backstage. Moxley came out. He's good to go. So Moxley is just confirmed. Moxley is 100% clear. Paradigm shifted. Hager. That's looking like the next feud.
Hager's cool, but the finisher is visually it might be one of the worst looking finishers. I know that we've talked about this before because Kieran said he likes it because he watches MMA stuff and it makes sense. But you know what I mean? This is wrestling.
Yeah.
We don't care about legitimate.
We don't real stuff. We want our fakeness.
Yeah, I'd rather have a proper convoluted looking finisher than something that just looks like crap.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And out of all the things I feel like Hager can do, when he was Swagger in a previous life, and no one really uses it anymore. But I really like the gut wrench suplex. I don't know why you don't really use it.
No, I think it maybe just because they tried to present him as more of an MMA guy.
I get that. But
he got the win, and the next feud is going to be Moxley, which
that's fine. I don't think they'll drag it out until Double or Nothing. I think this is just a bit of a stopgap.
And I think Hager can eat the loss because
I don't think he's unbeaten. He's the muscle, big hurt.
But what happens because Moxley can't lose to Hager?
I don't know. Moxley's going to get beat, and then like Sammy Guevara runs in and breaks it up or something. I don't know.
Like a DQ or something. A DQ finish.
Or like Triangulo de la Muerte. Break it up and Pac comes in. Moxley versus
Death
Pac.
Triangle. Don't tease me. Do not tease me.
As long as it's not on a pay-per-view, it doesn't have to be a clean finish.
True. After this, we had the Dark Order promos. Brodley was shown eating a steak at dinner. He told one of them to leave, and then one of them sneezed. No, one of them started eating while Brodley was eating. Brodley shouted at him. And then one, I think it was John Silver, sneezed, and Brodley got very angry and told him to leave. I don't know if you've seen the backlash. Everyone's saying this is a parody of Vince.
Well, have you listened to
like sneezing?
Jericho?
No, I've listened to parts of Matt Jericho talking about how what they wanted.
Talk of Jericho with Brody Lee is really interesting.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I've seen when he talks about the southern accent. I've seen that.
You don't because you weren't allowed to talk though. Back in the previous company. He's really intelligent and he's really well spoken and eloquent, and it's like it was interesting. He wanted like a little bit of like a Lars Sullivan type character, like a monster who was really like intelligent and well spoken, but they just won't let him do it.
I think I could have worked with him.
They didn't really say much about. I can't remember what they said about this little segment with the steaks and the sneezing and stuff, but yeah, it's definitely an indirect shot.
Considering last week he said you're not the first, or the week before you're not the first older man who has tried to hold me back.
Yeah,
it does feel like the thing of these shots, and everyone will say, "Oh, he's on the AEW," but if you remember the Hall of Fame, Triple H called it a pissant company. Like these disses, I think NXT are more sly with them. AEW are quite open with them.
Yeah, I love NXT, but they have no right to be doing anything right now. They're on a 13-0 losing streak, and it's not a war, but they are. You have won 13 weeks.
It was last week's viewing figures, or the week before, 900,000 for AEW, and I think it was like 400,000 for NXT. It was just because there wasn't much wrestling on the show. It was the one where there was just promos. But
AEW will hit 1 million before Double or Nothing.
Oh yeah,
and the final sort of go home shows before the big pay-per-view, I think they'll top 1 million.
Yeah, I think they just have to announce the card, a heavy card before. With Double or Nothing maybe happening, we may get a Double or Nothing type pay-per-view on TV.
Yeah,
because there's going to be no audience. Why not just share it?
It said, isn't it, that if they were to pull in 1 million, it shouldn't be compared to what like the strength of the show that pulls in 1 million is. They should look at the one from the week before, because that's what's inclined to tune in. If you know what I mean. So
yeah, definitely.
That's why this week they might have done it this week, because obviously Brody Lee and Matt Hardy had debuted, and everyone I'd have thought there'd have been like a bit more intrigue to see what they were going to do. But
it'll be interesting.
It's still a hell of a rating.
I think it'll be interesting to see the viewing figures going up now that people are seeing this. People who wouldn't have seen the broken Matt Hardy from Impact, seeing this wacky one who is, I'm going to say, he was teleporting up and down, sort of this strange character that we don't see in wrestling nowadays. But speaking of strange characters we don't see in wrestling, Brodley and QT Marshall did wrestle, went on for longer than I expected. Brodley did pick up the win, and they dropped a mask on QT Marshall.
I'm personally Brody Lee's style of wrestling, not for me. It's all a bit, sort of methodical.
Yeah,
it's exactly what he needs to be, and like that's fine. It's
just not entertaining.
I'll enjoy the promo stuff, but I'm not sure I'll get excited for a match.
I think it could, maybe if he has a competitive opponent, because I think we saw it in WWE. For me, I've only got Luke Harper experience. So sorry, I think was it It was the Intercontinental feud, I think maybe with Ambrose. It was when he started doing out moves he'd never done before. And it was more athletic. And I think we may see that with this character in terms of when the Dark Order are being pressured, he steps up as a leader. Maybe. Then we did have Tony Schiavone said the run up there, Nick Jackson's condition, and it was brought to us by Vanguard 1 V2, if that makes sense. The drone flew down to Nick Jackson's house in Rancho Cucamonga, California, where it's transmitted its signal, and basically Vanguard 1 was just spying on Nick. And he said his health was 61%, which was I liked it. I like these Vanguard ones getting used as well. Because Vanguard 1 is one of my favourite characters, along with Senor.
We'll come on to what Vanguard 1 did a bit later on, but
it proved. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. But then we did have the AAA Mega Championship match. Kenny Omega defeated defended the title against Spanish God Sammy Guevara. It was a great match.
I love this. I just love Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara is great. I'm still quite young as well.
So sort of everyone. The big thing that people look for with entrance music is sort of the opening, and obviously everyone thinks of as soon as you hear that glass shatter, everyone goes mental for like Stone Cold. Yeah. As soon as I hear that Sammy Guevara at the start of his theme, I think I find myself pop more than for anyone else. It's really weird. Like
that's the same for me, but with Cody's theme, because I love the Cody's theme when originally, and it's just that
yeah, that's another one. But I don't know, just something about Sammy Guevara is so cool.
He's entertaining.
When you compare what he does, or the opening to his theme to Kenny Omega's, where his is just him strolling through Tokyo looking quite miserable or something. It's a good theme, but
it doesn't fit. I feel like he should have a proper anime style theme where it's hype and
I don't know, when it gets going, it's a bit like that, isn't it? I mean, I
think it should be like a boom, like a boom just straight on the mic, because all the best wrestling themes have got something that you can. If someone said their name, you could immediately sing a part of their theme that everyone else would sing along with.
Yeah,
and that we've talked about. That's one problem I think AEW have got. There's themes that I really like, but there's a lot where it's just your very generic ones.
Yeah.
And
a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people have said that. Like a lot of AEW's themes are generic. I completely disagree. I think
maybe in the mid card.
I think I can identify anybody by their theme within 5 seconds. I think a lot of them are better than sort of what WWE have, or maybe NXT. I don't know.
I think maybe WWE have got better songs in terms of lyrics, but I think most of the AEW themes don't have lyrics. And for me, I'd prefer lyrics as long as I can sing along. In fairness, some of my... Go on.
I would say it's why I kind of not you can sing along to Sammy Guevara's, but if you were watching this on the Fight TV stream, Sammy Guevara's entrance sort of went through an ad break, and for the entirety of the ad break on Fight, they were just playing Guevara's theme.
Oh, right, that's nice.
Yeah, it wasn't like the camera was off and it was just showing a generic AW logo, but it just had Sammy's name in the background.
Because on Fight they don't show the American adverts, do they? So they do just have that. We'll be back soon.
Yeah.
Themes like AEW have got Hangman Page's theme for me is just it's proper Red Dead Redemption like cowboy S. Cody Jericho is obviously got an amazing theme. Private Party.
I love Lucha Bros theme.
Yeah.
Moxley. This is the thing, we're reeling them off loads.
True, Young Bucks as well. Like that opening riff where it just goes Super Kick Party.
Yeah.
Then I've completely gone back on my word, but yeah, they've actually got some pretty decent themes. But we'll go back to the Kenny Sammy match. It just proves Sammy Guevara's on 26, which is young in wrestling. It just proves that how good Kenny Omega is, but how good Sammy Guevara is as well. Just a go back and forth. But I think Sammy's good at both. He's an incredible wrestler, but he's also good at being that prick. I'm pretty confident this is the match where he had a picture of Brandy Rhodes.
So he had like 3
kissing
at
it.
ringside.
Yeah, he's kissing it. And then it cut to Brandy Rhodes' face in disgust, cut back to Sammy Guevara, and he was just still making out with it. And it just cuts back to Brandy, just in complete more disgust.
Really good camera work.
Yeah. But the finish came where Sammy flipped out of a Kenny Omega Snapdragon suplex, but Kenny outsmarted Sammy with the J Driller. Kenny Omega grabbed the victory after the one Wind Angel. Correct result, but I think now Sammy Guevara's proved that he's not just a great lacquer in terms of as Jericho's sidekick. He's proved that he can wrestle into a high standard.
Oh yeah, Guevara were a star, but that's like just because we're not the only reason we're not mentioning Omega more is because it's Kenny Omega, and this is what everyone sort of expects at this point, which is a testament to what he does. Like, look, let's face it, everyone knew this was going to be like a brilliant match. And it lived up to it, so well done.
Sammy Guevara just standing out. Yeah, and then we did have the main event of the show, which was Le Champion, because Jericho and Matt Hardy met face to face at the AEW ring for the first time. So Jericho comes out and basically just talks about Matt Hardy and saying he's pledging his allegiance to the Elite. He should join the Inner Circle. And Vanguard 1 comes down. If you haven't seen it, Vanguard 1 appears. And Chris Jericho cuts a promo on a drone. And it's genuinely my favourite thing. I shared it in the group. I don't think there's not many wrestlers who could cut a promo on drone and keep my attention. It's when he was going, I hate your views that you share on Twitter. Why? It's a drone. I love this.
I we're nearly a week on for this segment, and I'm still undecided.
It's Jericho's. It's Matt Hardy's stupidness mixed with Jericho's stupidness as well.
It would have been a lot better with a crowd. I know that's completely out of control. They shouldn't be knocked for the not being a crowd. I kind of went on about 3-4 minutes too long. I don't know. I found myself just sort of like, I'm not as into Broken Matt Hardy yet as I was back in the Impact days. Like this sort of reincarnation. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. There's something just missing at the moment. I don't know whether he needs. Right, what they need at the moment is sort of less in-ring stuff. I think just maybe keep him off TV for like. I know you can't really do it at the moment because they've just set all this up with Jericho. But have him off TV for like about a month, and I'd just do video package at the Hardy compound. Rebby Sky, Senior Benjamin, like lawnmowers. I know you can't have Brother Nero, but like I think it was the video packages in Impact that I like so much. Although I did like it when he sort of harkened back to the times when he was on about fading away and classifying himself as obsolete.
Yeah.
Just I don't know why that makes me laugh. But
I think with Matt Hardy works amazingly well with a crowd, and
yeah,
I think they had to debut him because everyone knew who was going to debut, and I think they had to pull the trigger. I just think, unfortunately, is when this whole the pandemics happened, so you're sort of stuck on, well, what do you do? Do you save the match, or like, do you save his debut, or do you just keep him? You're gonna have to have him cutting his regular promos. Does it work in front of a crowd? I think it's just bad timing more than anything.
Yeah, I can go with that. Like, I don't think I realised how so there's some stuff that works without a crowd fine, but I don't know. I kind of feel like Matt Hardy needs one. Not in terms of he needs fans to get him through a promo. I just think the broken character doesn't hold up as well.
No, I think he needs
like crowd reaction and stuff.
Yeah. But and then Matt Hardy sort of appeared at the top of the in the stadium, whatever they were in, appeared, and then all of a sudden he started just bouncing to and from chairs until he got to the ring. You could obviously tell it's happening because Jericho's head was moving in very suspicious ways, but it was nice. It fit his character. Him and Jericho had a back and forth of words. Sort of, Jericho slapped Hardy. Hardy punched back. And then Guevara jumped Hardy from behind, but Kenny and Cody ran down to save Matt, setting up to Blood and Guts. Obviously, Blood and Guts has been postponed. We don't know when it's going to happen, but it's been postponed. I think, unfortunately, again, it's going to be for every show. The pandemic has slowed everything down because they would have been building to Blood and Guts. Yet, it's not happening.
Yeah, it's thrown everything now.
Yeah, but good episode of Dynamite. What do you
think? Yeah, probably a 4 out. Yeah, 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5, decent. Some good stuff. Hager's squash match wasn't that amazing, but Kenny Sammy G, the Jericho promo has saved it for me, really.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Guevara and Omega, it'd probably be a 3. But
yeah,
there wasn't anything bad. Maybe a lot of women's stuff, but.
But we will take a trip over. Sorry, it's the problem with when we stream like when we're face to face. I could tell if we're going to talk.
Yeah, it's
but it's all right. The joys of streaming online, it's all good. But we will take a trip over to NXT now. Where have you got the match card loaded up?
I'm just trying to get it up now, but I think
I'll run through it.
I remember what it started with.
I'll run through and I'll let you talk about it. So the show started off with Tyler Breeze beating
Austin. I can remember that. Yeah, I just needed to know he was in the match. Right, so it was. I mean, how much about it do you know? Like, I thought I'd just fill you in.
Just fill me in.
Yeah. So Austin Theory comes down to the ring making his entrance with like a mobile phone in his tights.
Oh wow!
And he sort of gets it out and like. Basically, the story of the match is he just continually mocks Tyler Breeze for his old sort of NXT. And, like he'll have him in like a rest hold, sort of grounding him down, and he'll get the phone out and he'll be like, "You're the past, I'm the future," yada yada yada. Good match, standard back and forth, and then Theory just gets too cocky and he's messing about on his phone, turns around, and Breeze hits him with the beauty shot. 1, 2, 3. It did make Theory look a bit stupid.
I thought he was going to be built up as this big cocky guy, but because he's so young, I thought they'd give him victories. But
yeah, well, that's the thing. Saying that he's the sort on commentary, the sort of implying that he's let all the hype around him get to his head.
Oh, right, okay. Okay, that at least explained it.
I just thought they'd have given him a win, considering, he's going to be on WrestleMania in 10 days.
Mental that, innit?
Did they know that? Yeah, they must have done, because WrestleMania had already been taped, but wasn't NXT?
I don't know. Some of the matches at that point, I don't think all the matches were taped. I thought it would happen on Thursday as well.
Yeah.
So maybe, but then we did have Killian Dane beating Tahuti
Miles. Right. Pretty much. Tahuti Miles came out, and I was instantly drawn in. Like, he had the look. Like, Tahuti Miles looked cool. He had the theme. And then he took off his entrance attire, and his gear was kind of like camo dungarees. And
I'm watching a video now of him.
It was some of the most horrific gear, and he
lost
me at that point.
Yeah,
but it was a squash match that happened. I think Dane won with what's his
Vader bomb
finisher? Yeah, it'll be the Vader bomb, won't it?
Yeah,
it was alright. I don't really know why it happened.
His gear doesn't look like the best for wrestling. He's got a lot of loose flying straps. He does look very entertaining though, like athletic.
But he looks really cool before he revealed his gear.
Before he has. After that was Cameron Grimes beating Tony Nese.
Yeah. Again, it was a good match. That's the thing with NXT at the moment. A lot of the stuff it's a bit like 205 Live in the sense of good matches doesn't really lead anywhere.
Well, I'm guessing this was giving him a win before, because I'm pretty confident there's a fatal four-way, isn't there? Grimes, Lee, Dijakovic, and Priest for the American.
No, we'll come on. No. Grimes hasn't got anything lined up. This was just standard match, just sort of.
Who were turning?
I think it went about 10 minutes. He hit the cave and picked up the
win.
win.
I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, I'm surprised they had Nese in this position, really.
But I suppose if you've just had a squash match over someone unknown, you have to have someone known.
I guess. But I don't know, Nese is like a bit of a top guy on 205 Live, so.
And then we did have Io Shirai beating Aaliyah to qualify the NXT Women's Championship. She made a return.
This one, what it were built to be, though, because it were meant to be Aaliyah versus Xia Li. And then they did the whole, like Xia Li's music hit, no one appears, where is she? Camera cuts backstage. It was implied that Aaliyah had taken her out before the match. And then Greg Hamilton in is it Greg Hamilton? It was someone.
So the Greg Hamilton or Mike Rowe?
Yeah, William Regal has told me that there's a new opponent for this match. Oh, it's Io Shirai.
At least she's back.
Yeah, this went quite quick. Again, yeah, pretty much another squash match. And then I'm only really talking about the finisher, but there isn't much else to say. I think she hit that moonsault for the win. Cool.
Well, she's setting up the what's it called now? The
ladder match.
The ladder match. Is there a final last chance qualification match happening tomorrow? I think there is.
Yeah, it's tomorrow, isn't it? So this is really throwing me because I watched NXT yesterday, but yeah, it is tomorrow.
Yeah.
So there's a last chance. We'll talk about the last chance after the next women's match. But then it was
NXT North American champion Keith Lee brawled with Damien Priest and Dominic Dijakovic.
So yeah, Keith Lee just came out wearing like the comfiest clothes, big grey,
just relaxed,
sweaters, big hoodie, yeah. And then like Dijakovic comes out. I think he said something like, "You took food off my table," yada yada yada, something like that. And then Damien Priest came out and was like, he wants the title so we can. He literally said, "I want the title so I can make more money, have more women."
Fair play. It's just about the big guys, isn't it?
Really? Yeah, I'm sure he said something about like living in infamy, live forever, something like that. Archer of Infamy, live forever. That's the one. And then they made the triple threat match for next week.
Next week? Cool.
So yeah, that's
yeah.
Oh, it's in 2 weeks. Sorry. Yeah, so that's why. So Cameron Grimes isn't in it. It's just a triple threat between these three. It'll be a good match. I'm looking forward to seeing some fresh faces.
Yeah. Then we did have a tag team match between Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch, who beat Shane Thorne and Brendan Vick, who apparently tag team now.
Yeah, Shane Thorne has been cool. Brendan Vick I can't make up my mind about him. He's a really big guy. He's got the look, but I don't. Yeah, there's something about him I just can't get on board with. I don't know whether it's like charisma or something, but again, it were a good match. It was fun. I feel like Vink just didn't sort of make himself known. I don't know. I didn't really. When he was on Raw, I didn't really realise he was in the match, and I came away not learning anything about him. And I feel like I came away from this match not learning anything about him as well.
Yeah, 2 seconds. I was going to let the cat out my room. He's clawing at my door.
I'll keep talking.
Hey, shoot, go back. Mind your tail.
Yeah, Shane Thorne. I really like Shane Thorne. I kind of feel bad that he's in this position, but yeah, he's missing Nick Miller.
Yeah, everyone missing it. It is a strange one because them two, Team 61, were actually quite decent. And obviously, it's just happened that one wanted to leave, one didn't.
And then it was we're at Caden Carter versus Candice LeRae. Yeah. So
it was Candice LeRae, Caden Carter. Sorry.
Again, they were all quite quick matches on this. Not much happened, and then LeRae locked in the Gargano skate. So LeRae won. Cool.
The promo afterwards.
Yeah, well, Caden Carter is now confirmed to be the last person in that last chance ladder match. No, it's not a ladder match. That last chance 6-way match next week.
Yeah.
So here we go. Caden Carter, Shotzi Blackheart, Dakota Kai, and three others.
Aaliyah, Caden Carter, Dakota Kai, 3 more.
Shotzi Blackheart, that's 4.
2 more. Maybe 2 more. I've talked about it.
I think I could say
2 more who won.
it was a fine match. It's just everything was really short on this show.
Dakota Kai can see obvious to that, isn't she?
Yeah, I think Dakota Kai's got to win.
No, but the promo. Just before that, the promo afterwards, Candice LeRae did. They were interviewing her backstage, and they asked her what she thought about her husband's rivalry. And she sort of said, "That's Johnny's thing. I've just won. I've got a chance at the women's number 1 contendership. Like, that's Johnny's thing. He's changed, but this is about me." So sort of tried to distance herself, which I like. Currently, she's only been known.
I have got no memory of that happening.
I think it was a YouTube clip or like a WWE clip.
All right.
Then we did have Matt Riddle beating Roddy Strong.
Yeah, this was a really good match. Riddle just got it. Was not the competitive match of the night. Riddle got in all his stuff. The finish was really cool. So Riddle was just kind of like hitting, when he just does them running forearms when someone's caught. No, Strong was doing forearms when Riddle was caught up in the ropes. And then I think Riddle got 3. Strong went to pick him up for like a backbreaker or something. Yeah. And then Riddle just picked him up. Bro Derek out of nowhere. I didn't see it coming. I don't know why it's called the Bro Derek.
Bro Derek. I'm trying to think if there's anything that's.
You know which one I mean? It's like he's in like a tombstone position, but just sort of forward. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was. I seen the after the match. So after the match, Riddle's obviously celebrating. Then 2 just beefy boys come in and absolutely attacking. Bit of a weak attack.
Right.
We got the debut of Malcolm Bivens. Get in there.
So right. It was Rinku Singh and what's his other lad? He's called like Salvar Gurge or something.
2 lads that we don't know about.
Yeah. Both Performance Center recruits. Saurav Gurjar, that's the one.
I think I recognised them because I remember when they got signed.
But
they've been in Performance Center for so long.
The beatdown was, it wasn't good to watch.
Nah.
So I don't know which one's which, but one of them did try to Irish whip Riddle into the corner, and it was criminal. Like he didn't Irish whip him. He just sort of held his wrist, and Riddle just ran.
I think
like it's basic stuff, and then
go on
and then they sort of hit the big impact sort of finisher at the end, that leg drop, and the lad who was holding Riddle just moved Riddle out of the way a good 2 seconds before the leg came down, and you could see it on camera. And then Malcolm Bivens came down, but it's serious Malcolm Bivens, not the Malcolm Bivens that we see on Twitter and the bumping and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. But he has to be serious because you need a serious manager. But
Oh yeah, I get that. But
I think he would have worked with a tag team he can bounce off of like if he maybe like if he was with Austin Theory or someone, or with like if Tyler Breeze was heel, obviously they were in a tag team, like someone who's got a bit of charisma, who can Malcolm Bivens can bounce off, do a bit of a healy like talk with. I think it works well, but he's the
these lads have got the look. In ring, I'm not going to comment, but
we'll wait and see. I
don't know whether. As you say, I'm not sure whether Bivens is the right man for this, but I'm always. And look, NXT's been in need of fresh faces for ages,
and we've got it in at least it's a tag team as well where they've been lacking.
And, the reason I was so excited to talk about NXT, it's not actually on this list as a segment that happened, but the highlight of the night was.
Please don't tell me it's Tina
Sabatella. We got a video package. Do you know who we got a video package?
Is it Tina Sabatella?
It wasn't Tino.
Oh.
It was close second. Dexter Loomis.
The strangest name in wrestling, but yes, I understand.
Dexter Loomis is coming to NXT properly. He had a proper video package. It was just like loads of different shots of him just staring into the distance.
He's already debut though.
He has, but like it want a proper debut for it. Like it was in the tournament, the breakout tournament, had a match, and then he's not been seen for 9 months.
What's his gimmick looking like it's going to be? Or is it what it was?
It's just what it was. He's Dexter Loomis.
He's Dexter.
Serial killer, creep. Oh, I'm so on board.
Speaking of someone who is coming, we had Triple H announced that Tommy Champs and Johnny Gargano will fight in 2 weeks. Triple H was obviously on the show. It was lovely, a nice promo, quite serious and intense. But I think after the match was the best thing. All of a sudden, just in the background, the same promo we've been seeing. It started to appear, but you saw a face, and you start seeing the face, and it was Killer Cross. But it might have
you seen this?
Yes, I saw the Killer Cross
video package. I would say I don't think we can really just skip over like the main promo because that was like
no.
Yeah, like 95% of the thing.
Yeah.
It was just really. It kind of felt like Triple H was just like a dad, just telling off his 2 kids.
Right, you two, stop it, okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to put you in a garden, you fight it out, and then you come back and you make friends, okay?
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, pretty much. So empty arena. Gargano says he needs 2 weeks. Says we won't be in a situation if Ciampa hadn't have broke his neck a year ago. With every passing week, I find myself siding with Gargano more and more.
No, you can't. It's the bad guy.
I know, but everything Gargano's. The best heels are the ones who are justified, and everything Gargano says is true. And I've always been more of a Gargano guy anyway. Like I've never truly been on board. No, I've never been on board with Ciampa as a face.
The thing is,
I know you are.
No, I prefer heel Ciampa. Like the music, him coming out to no change in his face, winning a Goldie. When it was peak Gargano Ciampa, Gargano, this red hot babyface who everyone was behind, and Ciampa who everybody hated. Like that's never going to be beaten, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, that was the best Ciampa.
I think if the roles were reversed, this could be feud of the year again. But because Gargano is this heel when he should be a face, and Ciampa is the opposite, where he's when they're basically better flipped around.
Yeah, it sounds harsh, but when Triple H said you're going to have this one match and then it's done, finished, I found myself breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief because I can't be bothered with another long program. So yeah. But as you said, like NXT, we're just going to go off the air, and then we had video. What is 99% likely to be Killer Cross.
And he even tweeted after saying, "I'm here." So it's more than 99.9% Killer Cross, 0.01% a different name, because he doubt he'll be allowed to have the word killer.
There was a woman in it speaking Romanian. Is that Scarlett Bordeaux? Which one of them's Romanian? I was a little bit like, I mean, it sounded.
Bordeaux's Romanian.
It sounded like when like the one of the authors of pain just starts yelling in Eastern
Oh,
Europe.
have you heard about Authors of Pain?
Yeah, one of them out
again,
and the other one's off the shelf. But
I'm going through Scalbodo's Wikipedia. I'm pretty confident. Oh, sure, no VW. And CZW. I'm pretty confident she's just American. She was trained by Jimmy Jacobs, though. But, yeah.
So, did this sort of promo remind? Like, did you think it was a little bit Sting-esque?
Yeah. For me,
it was very similar to how Sting.
It's gonna be interesting to sort of see what they do with him. Are you going to make him this destroyer of worlds, or are you just going to make him this guy who can tear the piss out of you?
He's just going to be big hard man, runs through everyone straight into the top.
Do you think he'll have Scarlet Bordeaux with him?
No.
No,
I don't think so. I've never seen a match, so I'm not going to comment, but I can well imagine the Cross isn't going to be for me.
I've heard he's really good.
Yeah, but like
from what I've seen of Impact as well,
from what his style is going to be, and like I'm not on board with the look. I know it is a good look, but as I said, with with Tahuti Miles, I was on board with the look from the start, and with Killer, I'm excited for Killer Cross because it's going to be a new face straight into the main event, and it was a really cool promo, and I did actually sort of have like kind of like chills watching it because it kind of like really airy, and it was really well done.
Do you think he'll interfere in the match, Ciampa Gargano? Like,
yeah, because why else would they do it like this? Why else would he interrupt them?
Unless he just wants the title.
Yeah, it was
thinking.
Interesting placement. But I'm a little bit. I mean, I know this isn't the right view to take, but I'm a little bit scared of the debut of Killer Cross having this sort of character will overshadow what Dexter Lumis is going to do.
Oh no, you can't be overshadowing Dexter. I think the one thing the one problem is, will he be allowed? I doubt he'll be allowed to be called Killer Cross because of the word killer. And for me, it's genuinely going to be, if they can come up with a good replacement name, fair enough. But if they come up with him like Murderous Cross or something, like
they'll just give him a proper name. Like
I won't be surprised if they give him.
I don't know come up with anything, but they'll give him like a basic like first names, like full name, surname, but it'll just be like it'll just sound really cool, like
Mike Cross.
Right. I don't know why I just thought of it, but like I feel like Jackson Riker should have gone to Killer Cross. Like that'd be a good name. Like Jackson Riker is a hell of a name.
I like Jackson Riker. See, it's like a biker name, innit? Jackson Riker.
Yeah. Sounds intimidating.
He's not Chad Lyle. That's his previous name, wasn't it? That's his real name.
Yeah, I know Killer Cross is the big thing, and I know you laugh, but I am more excited for Dexter Lumis. But that's just my personal.
You like your underdogs.
I know I don't speak for the majority of people. Hey, Raul Mendoza's been kidnapped for 2 weeks now, and we still don't.
no one's absolutely referenced it at all.
He's been spoken about. King Cuerno, or so we hope, he's still driving away. Who was the other man? Who's in charge?
They're driving to Mexico. It takes a while to get there. Let them off.
Like, it's been 2 weeks, and it feels like it's been completely dropped, and I'm still excited to find out.
I don't want them to drop it. I hope next week we get Raul Mendoza in a boot. Sorry.
Remember how excited I was? After who it could be.
Yeah.
Oh, I still am. I hope it isn't Dexter Lumis.
I would love a promo in the background of Raul Mendoza in a boot saying, "It's been nearly 2 weeks and he still don't let me out."
I know they wouldn't pair the. Oh no, they're in lucha masks. Oh right, so King Cuerno and Mystery Luchador are being controlled by Tino Sabatelli.
And that was NXT. Imagine. I would give you 200 Great British pounds if it's Tino Sabatelli.
I'd go for it.
If Tino Sabatella's capturing, you're getting £200 of me.
Fantastic.
Because out of anyone on the roster, he just feels like the one person who just doesn't, who wouldn't fit it. But if he is, he is. Good episode of NXT. It was stacked.
Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Really stacked.
Right.
SmackDown.
We're going to go on to SmackDown. And SmackDown, out of context, was it a good show? Yes. In context, was it a bad show? Yes. It was a good wrestling show for what it was, but
yeah,
you can't false advertise things when you know that it's not going to be happening. It's immoral.
Which one with the false advertising? This is a tag team match.
No, just like Roman Reigns.
Yeah, the others. It's going to come down.
And I know this isn't necessarily false advertising, but like, for example, like I was watching NXT yesterday. Because NXT happened on Wednesday, they were advertising SmackDown that was happening on the Friday. And the way they were advertising SmackDown was they were showing like Reigns and Goldberg like squaring off in front of the packed arena, and they were like, "What will happen when they face off at WrestleMania?" And it was showing, you know, like all the fireworks going off at Mania in front of 80,000 people, and the big grand stage, and all the typical WrestleMania hype that they do every year. And it made me really excited. And then I remembered that it's going to be in front of like an empty arena, and it was just like, I know they're not false advertising, but like it's so misleading, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I think the problem is they've got one show now to justify why Reigns is not in the match and who replaces him.
Yeah,
and I'm guessing SmackDown always pre-recorded before the Reigns news came out. This is my only thinking.
The issue with that though is, so SmackDown is less than 24 hours before WrestleMania. Like, all right, say Reigns or whenever Reigns Goldberg was meant to be, might have been on the Sunday, but that you cannot falsely advertise a match like 24 hours until it happens, because like people bought the pay-per-view.
People bought the pay-per-view. There'll be people who are looking forward to Goldberg Reigns.
Yeah, how many people will be buzzing to see Reigns win at Mania? And then having to tell them, like, on the night of the show, oh, look, he's pulled out. It's the same.
No. Oh, no, he's been attacked.
It's the same with Cena at the Rumble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's wrong on so many levels.
They do it a lot, though, and I think more or less they can get away with it now.
Yeah, it's like when they advertised Fiend dark matches just so people would stick around for 2 or 5 Live, and then the Fiend never showed up.
Mm-hmm.
They are horrible. Like,
the
really.
Thing is, who replaces him? Obviously, rumours that it's going to be Strowman, because Strowman's not on the card yet.
Yeah, probably Braun.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? I mean, you could have you could have Big E.
I'd love Big E after
he wants to see 2 big men bumping meat. You want your 5-star matches. You want your 30-minute classics, not me. 2 meaty men slapping meat.
He is great, isn't he?
Oh, it's so funny. I think I do actually watch it every day. You want 3 Goldbergs? You guessed it.
I think Big E is one of them guys who could be such a big star, yet I don't think will ever be.
Yeah, Big E's a breakout star waiting to happen, and I don't think they'll pull the trigger. And to be honest, I'm not sure he wants the trigger to be pulled. I think he'd rather just chill with New Day.
Even a New Day. Do you remember when the New Day debuted? Because I remember, because it was when I was watching WWE Heavy, and like the whole opening promos where it was the preacher gimmick, and then they first came out, they were getting hit. And if you just look at how they've managed to become from quite a hated tag team, one of the most loved in the space of 6 years.
Yeah, it's a hell of a transformation.
And then you look at what they were all doing before. Xavier Woods was practically a Brodus Clays gimmick. Kofi was just a mid-carder. Big E was a bodyguard. And now the They are booty jiggling, serial selling, just amazing. And just the progression is great, but we'll go on to SmackDown. So the show opened up with Tamina, who made the show didn't open with Tamina, did it? But Tamina basically made a massive statement. It was your typical everyone brawling before the match, before your woman match.
Right, this was really awkward.
Yeah.
They casually just went, oh yeah, so it was a 6-person, now it's a 5-person. Like they just tried to skip over it.
Yeah,
and then Tamina comes out, and they're like, "Oh, the wild card." They always call her the wild card, and she's only a wild card because she's never on TV.
Exactly.
And then because she's an awful promo, like that's not hard. Like Tamina is a bad promo.
Oh, don't put Tamina down like that.
She said 5 words. She went, "Actions speak louder than words," and that's a pretty generic line.
But she's not wrong.
And then just attack people, and it was. At least give us a little bit more. Like, tell us why she's motivated to win the title after being off TV for a year. Like where's she been? Like she can't just go up and act like she's never been gone, and then she's casually just got a title match on the biggest day. And then Banks and Bailey just awkwardly roll out, and I did not like it.
This is I'm looking at the card now. Genuinely, one of the only matches I'm not looking forward to.
It's nothing to do with like anyone involved. It's just why on the biggest stage of them all would you just book a thrown together multi-woman with no story? Like
even Mania 33.
Like, the story will be between Sasha and Bailey, but then it just means that the other stopgaps. Oh, it annoyed me.
I think it was in Mania 33 where they were thrown together the women's match, but they all had reason. I think it was when Bliss was champion for SmackDown.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
They all had reasoning. Genuinely not the match I'm looking forward to. But speaking of a match I am looking forward to, Drew Gulak beat Shinsuke Nakamura to secure Intercontinental title opportunity for Daniel Bryan at Mania.
So Gulak was going to get hit with a Kinshasa, wasn't he? And then Bryan pulled him out of the way. Gulak rolled him up. Zayn was on commentary. Zayn was basically, it was just Bryan did a little bit of one-upsmanship. Now Zayn's terrified that he's going to lose at Mania, but he don't want to show it. It's quite good. Like, this wasn't the best segment, but overall the story is pretty well told.
Yeah, the fuse really come out of nowhere in terms of I think 4 weeks ago, nothing happened, and all of a sudden, boom, you've got Sammy versus Bryan, going to be a great match. But the thing is, you don't know what happened. Is Gulak going to turn on him? Is Cesaro and Nakamura going to turn on Zayn?
Gulak won't turn. I don't think anyone will turn. I think they'll just have it. And I think I don't know who wins, but I think it'll just be. I think they'll just focus on it being a really good match rather than shenanigans with like turns and stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It'll be fun. Then we did have genuinely the best segment on SmackDown. King Corbin
kills Elias.
He did. So if you're a big Lion King fan, we watched the live reenactment of Lion King. So obviously Elias is doing his typical stick, sort of singing humorous about King Corbin, ridiculing him. Then Corbin was on the perch that's in NXT where like William Regal comes out to make announcements. Elias climbs up it, and then Corbin just whacks him with the scepter, and Elias just falls off it, boom, hits the floor, and he's killed.
Yeah, but he does. Elias does the proper like wrestling thing for ages, where he's got one hand on the banister and he's swinging. And then thing is, it was really comical because, like, you could just see Elias fall, and then it cuts to King Corbin, and then they've added in a slap sound effect, and then you just see him on the floor, and it's like
match is still scheduled to go.
Yeah, it's scheduled for now. we'll get to the night. He won't be fit to compete.
And
this has got to be the only reason why this happened, right? So if
SmackDown this week,
if Johnny Gargano needs 2 weeks before facing Ciampa after being put through that table 2 weeks,
it's 10 days.
Elias will not be able to recover from falling on the hard floor with no cushioning in the space of like 9 days. It's not kayfabe. It ain't gonna happen.
I can't wait until Friday.
I can.
And then we did have Alexa Bliss beating Asuka to basically more or less secure a championship match. For men. Yeah.
Unpopular opinion: Nikki Cross was annoying.
Oh, told us Nikki.
No, she was irritating.
Oh,
I don't get why everyone was so finding her so funny.
I don't find it funny. I just
match
like it.
Was Asuka just casually taking a loss like a pin on SmackDown. Like every time Asuka takes a pinfall, it doesn't feel right.
No.
Right. It was less than 2 years ago that she was undefeated going into Mania 34.
That's the sad thing, I think.
Like, you can say, all right, she's the women's tag champ, but it has been some decline.
The thing is, you have to book wrestlers to lose, regardless. It's just
I know, but
it came to for me, the wrong person and the wrong time.
If you want Bliss to have a win, just don't book her to lose. Like, why can't Asuka be challenging for the women's title and Tamina be in this match?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
why couldn't Kyrie take a look? Is Kyrie still injured? No, she's not injured. What?
Oh, I've just seen we missed Otis and Ziggler. Backstage.
It was a backstage. I forgot it was a backstage segment.
Yeah.
Backstage segment. Them two having back and forth, and more or less confirmed the Mania match.
So it would be, Otis just came in, just trying to get his hands on Ziggler, being held back by about 4 people. Ziggler was sort of taunting, but seeing Otis give this kind of fire,
he's great.
It's cool. Yeah, it's good.
This is one of the best things on WWE TV right now. I don't care. It is.
And then the next thing was Mandy.
Yeah, so I thought you meant the next. Yeah, so basically, more or less, it's going to be a match for Mandy's hand, more or less. As much as she said it's not.
Pretty much. But if Otis wins, are we going to have the big like Savage Miss Elizabeth moment?
Yes.
Surely we can't. Like, there's no one there.
It's still work because the Twitter.
It's going to be so weird if they try to do that.
What you have to do is think about it. The crowd is going to be on Twitter, so they'll just think, okay.
Oh, I guess you just got to book it like it's a full arena.
Yeah, they can't book it like it's an empty arena. I think.
This was a really good segment. It's like you could
all of a sudden you just become this great.
Yeah. Wrestler. But what this did was sow the seeds of like sort of Mandy Rose being unhappy with Ziggler about his behaviour, and even he was like, "Yeah, it's a little bit too far." And I think this was sort of the first step in terms of like she wasn't too impressed with what Ziggler's been doing.
Yeah,
I'm talking it through now, and it's been such like a soap storyline, but it's been good, and it'll get Otis more over than he's ever been, and it's a good thing for Ziggler to be doing. Like. I like Ziggler in this role. He's really good, and a lot of people just complain that he's past his sell-by date. But no, this is sort of brought him back.
This is how Ziggler should be. He should be sort of this not old guy because he's not old, but this guy who's a bit older, sort of trying to being this ladies' man, but being a dick to the people who are just the good guys. If that makes sense. Yeah,
it's what Ziggler's good at.
Yeah. Then we did have the Bray Wyatt challenge John Cena to a Firefly Funhouse match. Now, Simon, what is a Firefly Funhouse match?
It's a match in the Firefly Fun. I think it'll be Falls Count anywhere, and they're just gonna start it in the. They'll visit the Funhouse at some point.
I think this is gonna be because they'll pre-record it. I think it's gonna be such a fun match.
It's going to be so like cinematic and stuff. It's going to be House of Horrors-esque. And you know what I say? Just go all in with it. Just make it wacky as you can.
what will be is I think it'll be Cena arrive at Firefly Funhouse and he's walking through this Firefly Funhouse, and then all of a sudden he'll enter a room, and it's just the Fiend's room, and the Fiend appears.
The match may be stupid, but from the moment one match finishes, and then it cuts to Michael Cole and he says, "Well, it's time for the Firefly Funhouse match." I'm gonna be sitting there and I'm gonna be like, "Yes, come on." Which I guess that's all you can ask.
I revealed the date.
I am excited for this, but I'm not sure I'm excited in the way I should be. I feel like I'm more just intrigued. In the same way I was intrigued for House of Horrors. Like, it's more just like, what are they going to do?
There's 3 matches that intrigued me in this show. The Boneyard match, because, well, we'll talk about them coming throughout. Boneyard, Firefly Funhouse, and the Last Man Standing match. All the gimmick matches, just because...
Oh, no. I think we know what Last Man Standing will do.
Yeah, but where are they doing it? Are they just going to do it in the ring? Are they going to...
They'll go all around the Performance Centre.
Did you see that the Revival were helping Edge return? So they live they all live in like the same town. So WWE sent Edge a ring, and Edge found like an empty like factory type thing, and he set the ring up, and he's been training there. So no one, because if he went to the PC, it was very obvious that he'd been retraining to wrestle. So WWE sent him a ring.
That's class if all the wrestlers live in the same town.
I think his Edge and the Revival live very close to each other, so he said that the Revival were helping him return before the Rumble, because the Revival weren't doing anything, were they?
In this, I know you love the Revival.
I don't love them. They are a good tag team.
Rambling Rabbit just got blended.
He's Kenny from South Park.
At this time, he doesn't need any irrelevant and unnecessary opinions, and that's what gave. And then drinking the Rambling Rabbit smoothie was what gave him the idea to have a Firefly Funhouse match. It was wacky, but it was a really good Firefly Funhouse.
It's wacky, but it fits the character. Sometimes we get these stupid matches and it doesn't fit the character. This does.
Yeah, it doesn't. The problem is the Firefly Funhouse. At first, it was such a novel concept. And at this point, I feel like that novelty is pretty much all worn off. So, like, it can be a really good segment, but like back at like a couple of months after Mania, the Firefly Funhouse was so good because it was so different.
The Fiend debut is so good after Mania. Just having like these people appear in the background, you not notice them. Then you have Mercy the Buzzard and everything. Oh, this has got to be Bray. It's like the old Bray. And then all of a sudden it's, we're really glad that you're our friend. And it's like this really happy gimmick and you didn't know what to expect. And then all of a sudden it leads to this amazing character. Yes, he has been pushed down, but look at where he's at. Is it amazing match, Cena?
Up until the end of September, he was booked perfectly. It was absolutely flawless, and this is a step in the right direction. But look, the Rollins match was on a par with what happened to the Nexus at SummerSlam. And if he wasn't dead by then, getting beat by Goldberg certainly finished him off.
Who would have thought that?
He's never going to recover. Like he's beyond repair.
Who would have thought that after the Goldberg match, the only match that would go ahead would be the Fiend match and not the Goldberg match? Like, the Fiend has got a better match than Goldberg does to me personally, because I'm not invested in Goldberg Strowman. I don't care if it's 2 big guys coming after. I don't care for them.
2 big men bumping meat.
Yeah, but it's not Big E bumping meat. It's Strowman meat.
Big
E is a juicy steak.
Strowman's been a bit of a knob recently on that.
Piece of lamb. Yeah. His Twitter game, not game, but him on Twitter.
Yeah, he hasn't helped himself too much.
That's why I don't think he'll be in the match.
Yeah.
I just don't know who. I'd love it, Big E. If Big E was like, I can't wrestle in a tag team match, he wrestles in both. On Saturday he does the tag team match, and on Sunday he wrestles Goldberg.
Yeah, but like,
excuse.
It sounds good, but it wouldn't.
Oh no, it'd be horrible.
What has Big E done to deserve that shot? Like, do you know what I mean?
Pumped me.
He's
built his meat up. But we did have Speaking of Big E, we did have the main event. We SmackDown Tag Team Champion Miz and Morrison watched from the announce desk. The New Day and the Usos collided for an opportunity to challenge the title holders at Mania 36. Miz and Morrison had other ideas.
It's a good. Isn't this not happening?
No, well,
yeah, because Miz is ill.
Miz was ill. I don't think he's any. This is another match where they've had to do it because it's still confirmed. I'm pretty confident until because the Usos were unhappy with the Miz because he showed up ill, and obviously with Roman being there.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting like Mania was on a pre-record, so Miz will have just done the match like a day afterwards.
Yeah, I think we're okay. I hope we're okay because it could be a good match. But basically, Kofi had enough of Miz and Morrison. He attacked him, causing a DQ. And then we had the old Michael Cole back, the old general manager Michael Cole, where he did the announcement. But someone said the WWE officials had informed that due to the inconclusive result of the match, Miz and Morrison were now to face both teams at WrestleMania in a ladder match.
Yeah, it was a really good match, but as soon as sort of Kofi swiped the leg of Morrison, you knew where it was going. Like you knew we were going for a trip.
I didn't think a ladder match.
Yeah, I didn't think ladder match. Ladder match in the performance. It's going to be so weird.
It's going to be weird, but I think we'll look back at it in like 5 years and be like, remember that Mania where it was no crowd? But
it's one way or another, regardless of what happens, it's going to be historic.
Mm-hmm. I really want to go to a Mania, and I'd love if they were allowing one person to go view it, and you just have one person just sat in the crowd going, yes, get in there. But yeah, that was SmackDown. Good show.
Yeah, it was a good match, but compared to what they have done, it felt like these two were sort of going through the motions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like the two teams. But you can't. It makes sense to not give you everything when you've got WrestleMania a day later. Yeah. So, do you know what I mean? Because in that ladder match, they'll probably take some mad bumps. The problem is, like, with like the ladder match and stuff, like there'll be some big bumps, and on the WrestleMania stage, you can probably get through some of the bumps because like the adrenaline of 80,000 people will just drive you through. But like, I can't imagine being like sent through a ladder or something in front of no people to get.
Imagine being told like, right, we're going to do this really amazing spot where you're gonna have to jump off the top of the ladder, do a somersault through a ladder, but you're not going to get any crowd pop. You're only going to see the reaction.
Think of Andrade and Finn Balor's Money in the Bank sunset flip powerbomb spot from last year in front of an empty arena.
Oof.
Like it'd be rough because the adrenaline just won't be going.
No, it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, I think.
Maybe for that reason, I think they might tone down on the big spots. I'm not sure there'll be that many.
I think we'll get at least one from every tag team.
Yeah. Well, Big E will probably hit like a big ending off like the top of the ladder.
I would think it would be Kofi doing a boom drop onto a ladder onto like the Miz, Morrison doing something to one of the Usos, and the Usos doing something to Big E.
Yeah, so like there's a ladder set up between the ring and the commentary table. Morrison's on it. Kofi goes up top. Boom drop.
Yeah, I think they'll save Kofi, Morrison, and one of the Usos to have your three big spots, and then you have your Big E's, your Miz, and one of the Usos just to take them. Because they're not the more flippy guys.
Yeah.
So, but looking just stopping the reveal pairs.
And I think, do you reckon this match, like all the matches will get a fair amount of time, or do you reckon it'll just be like every WrestleMania where they're just trying to skip through as many as possible as quickly as they can?
There'll be more matches who get more time now because they don't worry about the crowd getting tired.
Just over 2 days.
Yeah.
But what match? Like at least one match has got to just get skipped over like 5 minutes. Done. Elias, you think it'll be Chris Corbin? Maybe it'll just. I would say maybe it'll be like Elias struggles to make it down to the ring, but he does. But then Corbin just beats him in 2 minutes. But then, why would
will be quick as well?
Why would you just like bury Elias at WrestleMania for no reason?
Maybe because he's already had it, but maybe because the actions of Corbin. I think we're just going to have to wait until Friday.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
Blackburn Lashley. That's a match we don't get any time.
Yeah, I think that should just be back and forth. Lashley and then Black Mass. What?
That's not happening though? Because isn't Bobby? They knew this was never going to happen because Bobby Lashley has been on. He's in South Africa promoting the live events down there that aren't going to happen. Have you heard about this?
No, I haven't. I just presumed it was going ahead as usual.
No. So Lashley's apparently in South Africa, doing ambassador work for the live events, and therefore he can't make it back because South Africa have got a complete travel ban.
So he's in South Africa.
It's not been mentioned on Raw. It's not been brought up as being cancelled. It's going to be a shambles, man.
Right. I'm just trying to load up. So I've got the Many 36 card on Wikipedia. I'm just trying to load it up on WWE.com. But
I had a look at WWE.com and it's always the same as Wikipedia. I think they've still got because I think they'll get to the night, and I think, if I'm honest, I don't even think they'll bring it up. I think they'll literally just skip over it without ever mentioning it. And it'll be like that Team Road Scholars versus match from WrestleMania 29. Do you remember it?
Yeah.
When they had that match, got skipped because of time.
It was like the Bella Twins one.
Yeah, Cody and the Bella Twins versus I don't know, but we know. I know.
Was it Cody Sandow Bella Twins versus Clay Tensai and the Funkadactyls?
Yeah, that right. Tons of funk and the Funkadactyls. God, what a time to be alive.
If my internet actually works, I might be able to scroll down and change it.
Yeah, your audio's
not great. We'll go. Yeah, it's alright. I'll just cancel it. It's alright. We'll leave it. We'll leave it. We'll leave it. It's all good. Yeah, we'll go to Raw. So you started off with The Undertaker addressing AJ Styles. Really nice promo. One of the best we've seen from possibly in a while with The Undertaker.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I absolutely hate everything about this.
Is it because he's not dead?
Why is he talking in his normal voice? Why is The Undertaker talking about his wife? Why is he talking in a normal voice and wearing the American badass headgear and then saying rest in peace and cutting to some tombstone writing on the screen?
Is it because he's trying to maybe psych out Styles? Maybe he's trying to psych out Styles. We don't know which Undertaker's going to appear.
But if that's the case, make it obvious.
Yeah,
that's not what we're going for. I just think it's lazy. I genuinely think his wife didn't take it out the arse anymore.
I just don't like that he's mentioned his wife so much. In terms of it's the Undertaker, we all know he's married to Michelle McCool and stuff. But he didn't need to mention.
But that's something that us nerds at home are meant to know. The casual fans aren't meant to know that. He's one of wrestling's last true proper characters. If The Undertaker was debuting today, it'd never work.
That's unfortunate. Weird gimmicks would work nowadays.
Yeah. And I just don't they've all the mystique has just gone for no reason. The Undertaker's I didn't think we'd see the day, but right now, The Undertaker's lame.
Now he is. Do you think this is because of the pandemic? Do you think this was Undertaker's retirement match, and he was going to be dead man, come out to the crowd, genuinely AJ Styles beats him, and he goes on the thing and said, "It is over." Boom, hat, everything, leaves. We never see that in his retirement.
No, because they'd have teased that, and then Saudi Arabia will come around and he'll be back.
Bloody Saudi Arabia.
Call me cynical, but Taker is not going anywhere. I just think it's lazy, and I feel sorry that AJ Styles has got this variation of The Undertaker.
Yeah, in fairness, if anyone can pull a good match out of nothing, it's AJ. I suppose that's one bonus.
Can he do it in a boneyard?
He can do it in a boneyard. Because a boneyard, I think we more or less know what the match now. Because we talked about it last week, boneyard is either a buried alive match or it's going to happen in a scrapyard. It's going to be a scrapyard if he's by Taker. AJ is going to be there. Who wears Undertaker? Undertaker appears.
Yeah, but watching this, it got me off on the wrong foot completely. I'm reading. I get my notes off a Bleacher Report, and they've given it an A. And
really? It was
I'm not going to be swayed by that. Not a chance.
It was a good promo for his character, but because the character is not what we want it to be.
But he's the dead man. Talk like the dead man. It winds me. You can hear it in my voice.
He didn't have to say rest in peace stuff. If he cut the promo as Biker Taker, works fine. Because we haven't seen the Biker Taker in a while, works well. But because he's blending them both together, that's the problem.
But why now, out of all times, is he Biker Taker? Why, when he's going into a boneyard match, would he not act like the dead man?
I know. It is a shame.
No.
We'll move on.
I'm intrigued to see what a boneyard match is, but am I excited? No.
Yeah, I hope it goes. It's a scrapyard match, but we'll wait and see. Then we did have Shayna Baszler attacking Becky Lynch. So Becky Lynch starts to watch. She watches a Mania match from last year, and then basically comes back after the match. Becky's watched it. Shayna just attacks her, just absolutely lays her out.
Again, I may be being harsh, but this is not a go home angle.
We're having shit. Becky's winning. Isn't she?
Giving it a B+, saying it was really good.
Becky's winning.
I'm not quite sure what I expected them to do, but I would not. This is like your angle for like 3 weeks out.
I think the unfortunate thing is, whoever gets. I think it's because we don't know what's happening with Mania in terms of it's all pre-recorded. Luckily, no spoilers have been released, which I'm very surprised with. Like, I know a lot of the wrestling journalists said no, we're not sharing them, but it's very looking like Becky's going to win if Shayna's getting the upper hand on the go home show.
Wrestling logic says Becky Lynch wins.
Yeah, we did also have
that's the case. Hey, I don't really care, but it's not the right decision.
No, we did have another segment though, sort of backstage where Charlotte Flair was just attacked Rhea Ripley. Quite a weak attack. It was shouting at her.
I'm not in a bad mood. Charlotte Flair is the Royal Rumble winner. Her go-home angle for the first ever time the NXT Women's title is going to be defended at WrestleMania is a simple boot from behind, and then she says, "I'll see you at WrestleMania." Woo.
And then Rhea Ripley smiles.
All right, a backstage attack on a go-home show. It can be done right, but like I feel like a better backstage attack was when Raul Mendoza got kidnapped, and that's been brought up for 2 weeks. It's just lame. I feel like it's just lame.
We needed a brawl to go and Charlotte can still get the upper hand, and we have a brawl where they back and forth. People can't break them up. They both rip away. Charlotte, big boot. See you at Mania, boom. But because it was
a bit of intensity, a bit of fire, a bit of fight. Ripley got attacked, and just there wasn't any fire. It was just, I'll see you there.
Yeah.
Oh my, this raw.
We'll go to another angle. Aleister Black beating Jason Cade.
Right.
Black Mass, but obviously with Lash certificate, what's going to happen?
Look, out of context, I'm just on a bit of a ramble age.
I'll let you go.
Aleister Black squash matches are always fantastic. This was no exception. The silence really of the arena really works well because you can hear the sound of the black mass, and you could hear Jason Cade being like, "What is he doing?" Aleister Black in 6 days' time has got a singles match against Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. Would you have known it? I sure know that I didn't hear it get brought up on commentary.
No, they mentioned it in the article saying with Bobby Lashley looming in the distance, Black showed no signs of slowing down. Sorry.
It may well not be happening, but until they say it's not happening, we've got to presume it is happening. Bleacher Report get it pretty spot on. Here they go. this made Black look kind of cool, but it didn't do anything to convince us he can deal with the power and speed of Lashley. They've done almost nothing to make us care about Black versus Lashley, and we have less than a week until Mania. That's it now. There's no more build. Like, in a simple Black mass, it's like, as they say, how's he going to cope with the power and speed of Lashley? Like at least give him someone who wrestled a little bit similar. Like, I don't know, Shelton Benjamin, maybe.
Don't wrestle similar. Like Benjamin's more of a flippy guy. Maybe
I don't know. Benjamin's got power. He's got speed. He's a bit. He's like Lashley on a lesser scale.
I'm just trying to think of it. The problem is there is no one like Lashley on the roster in terms of on the Raw roster who can look weak.
But in that case, just feed him like main roster jobbers. It's a step up. Like, I don't know who is there. Like, Eric Young.
Yeah, we've already had that.
Oh yeah, we have. This is why I'm not on the writing team.
Because there's no one.
But when we were talking about what match could go the quickest, if this is happening, it's Black versus Lashley, because
Black mass boom done.
If I didn't know it was happening at WrestleMania and I just tuned in to see Black versus Lashley on Saturday or Sunday, I would well think it's just like a filler Raw match.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you despise this as much as I do, but
I don't think I don't like it as much as you do. I just think they need. It's more clarification. Like if it's not happening, just say.
Yeah.
Actually, he's stuck in South Africa. He cannot wrestle.
I hate it when people get outraged for the sake of being outraged, and I like to consider myself someone who isn't like that. But it's just, I feel like I'm not asking for a lot. Just a bit of effort, a bit of thought. It feels like this Raw was booked in the space of about 20 minutes.
What I feel like we will have is maybe Black comes out, does his entrance, and then Lashley appears, I think, from South Africa, going like, hi Black, I'm not here, I'm chilling in South Africa. I'm sorry. And it shuts down, and then someone from NXT comes out and is like, I'll challenge you.
Yeah, that'd be making the best of a bad situation.
Maybe Dream comes out and sort of goes,
I wouldn't want
no, maybe not Dream. Someone comes out and just goes like, I want a match.
Tino. It'd have to be somebody who I feel like at the moment they really like debuting people who haven't done much on NXT. So you look at Shane Thorne, you look at Brendan Vink, you look at Austin Theory. They've not done too much on NXT. Do you know what I mean? Aiden Carter was on Raw this week. She's not won a match in NXT. So that means Tino's on his way.
Tino's got a Riddick Moss, maybe.
Riddick Moss.
21st.
Oh my!
24/7 championship. What's happening with that?
I think I'd shed a tear.
Oh, he's not champion anymore.
24/7 champion at WrestleMania.
It's R-Truth who's the champion as well.
Oh yeah, he is. Well, yeah, okay. Riddick Moss.
So then we had a tag team match: Kevin Owens and the Street Profits versus Seth Rollins, Angel Garza, and Austin Theory.
Yeah, this match was botched, wasn't it? So they say.
Were it?
Right. So apparently, before, so you know when Montez Ford yelled WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And he hit the rope ready to do the dive. Mm-hmm. Apparently Rollins was meant to like grab his ankle.
But he weren't there.
But Rollins wasn't there, so Ford just had to go, and that's why Theory just didn't base the dive. And Ford just landed flat on his back. Because Theory wasn't expecting it. Ford wasn't planning on doing it. And it was Rollins who apparently missed his cue.
That's not my Rollins. Normally Rollins is quite on the spot with it.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't expect that thing from Rollins, and apparently that's what like it wrapped up pretty soon after that.
With the stunner.
I was a bit surprised that Owens hit Garza with a top rope senton, got broken up, and then he hit Garza with the stunner for the win. Like Garza just didn't get anything in.
I do feel sorry for Garza, but Kevin Owens has got to be booked well, yeah, and so does Seth, and that's what happened. Seth loves still doing the stomp after.
They love Angel Garza. That's fine by me.
Yeah. Okay. Owens got a really impassioned promo after I quite liked. It was a promo where it won't be remembered as like this amazing promo, but it was a good promo, and he just seemed passionate about it, which in these times you need someone to show a little bit of passion when you're going to have Goldberg versus to be decided. So
yeah,
match where
Owens' promo were quite good. It was just, it was there isn't much to say. Just nice little promo. Cool.
Speaking of good promos, though, we did have Edge address Randy Orton. It basically called Rated R Superstar gave one last address to his rival, called him a junkie in his own ring persona last week. On that point, Edge didn't exactly dispute the Apex Predator. He did, however, dispute Orton's assessment of his own grit, claiming that okay with being okay isn't the same as his own grueling path back to the ring. Say nothing of the type of man who will reach into a hole and pull someone up that doesn't deserve it. Ironically, Edge claimed he and Orton bring out the best in each other. Orton hasn't been as good as he was when Edge was first around, and Orton's attacks on Edge family are what motivated him to stick around. But at least one of Edge's definitions of grit is now out the window. You dug yourself another hole, Randy. He said, this time I'm not going to pull you back out. I'm going to push you so far in, you will never get back out.
It was considering every word, perfectly delivered. I really like the dark lighting.
Well, it was still fun, so I'm guessing.
Good words. Pretty much spot on.
Yeah,
we've come to expect nothing less from Edge.
Yeah, and his promo. This feud has been great. The promos back and forth have been good. They haven't. The thing is, they haven't been with each other in the promos. It's just Orton promo one week, Edge promo another. But it's worked. You don't need them face to face because you're having.
They've not really had much. As you can say, you've not had much face to face. So save that interaction for Mania.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for sure.
It's been pretty much perfectly booked. It reminds me a lot of Triple H versus Batista from last year, when there wasn't much sort of physical interaction between the two before the match. It was just a lot of promo.
Yeah, and
that was a really good build. It was a pretty good match. This is a match I'm looking forward to. I just hope the match delivers.
Yep, same. And then we had Asuka beating Kane and Carter. A squash match, nothing big. And then
Asuka needed a win.
She did. She got it.
But wait, hang on. Wait.
Go on.
Asuka, right. Asuka got beat by Alexa Bliss on SmackDown. Asuka won on Raw. Brand split does exist.
I think it's alright because I think for the women's tag team championship it's allowed because it's floating.
You think? To be honest, I forget they have it.
Same.
All right, I'll let she's let off the hook. Well, I don't think they're thinking. I just think they're lazy.
Yeah, it was just a typical squash match.
Getting Carter on Raw's always a thumbs up because NXT. We love NXT people.
Exactly. And then we did have the main event, which was Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman addressing Drew McIntyre. No one to, I can't say that. Paul Heyman ended this road to WrestleMania by letting the WWE Universe on a trade secret. During the final moments of the last round for Mania, Brock Lesnar is always the guy in the ring because he's always the guy to beat. As far as he's concerned, that's unlikely to change when we're back here a year from now. None of which is any disrespect to Drew McIntyre, whom Heyman claimed he was truly a special challenger, just like Rock, Hogan, Randy Couture, and all the other icons legends plowed through across two sports. As for the Scotsman's beast-dropping Claymore, Heyman offered two scenarios. Either Lesnar avoids it or eats one, and we find out how good McIntyre is. For his part, Heyman knows where he lands on the last point. Drew McIntyre is going to walk in special and walk out like everybody else. He went so far as to guarantee it, and only a few days until we find out how good those guarantees are. He puts over Drew McIntyre while putting over Brock. In my opinion.
Was it a good promo? Yes. Is it the same Paul Heyman promo we've seen over the past few years? Yes.
Does it still have the same effect? Yes.
It's your go home segment before WrestleMania, and I know they're put in a difficult situation. I know there's not much they can do. The content of the promo I really liked, but it just when I think of the best go home Mania segment I've seen in recent memory, I can't even remember who he was facing, but Roman Reigns did that massive dive to the outside one year on an episode of Raw. It might have been Undertaker. It was either Undertaker or Triple H.
Yeah, I think.
But I just want a big I want chaos. I want I want it to feel like whatever feud is being given this main event spotlight in Raw. I want it to feel uncontainable, uncontrollable. They can't wait to fight. How are they gonna do you know what I mean? The crescendo of the feud before the big match, and this just it didn't have it.
I think we would have had something like if the pandemic had not happened, but I think we'll look back at we'll look back at this in a year and we'll go, they actually did all they could do considering the pandemic.
But did they? Because AEW were in the same situation.
True.
And I just feel like AEW are acknowledging it and making the best of a bad situation. WWE haven't mentioned it once. All they say is the current situation, and we put smiles on faces. They just act like it's not a thing. It's like we all know it's a thing. It's affecting every person in the world. That's fake to it.
That's what they should say. They should say, because of the pandemic, these two, we are only letting them fight. We are only letting our wrestlers fight at Mania. That's what they should say. We're not risking Mania. You can go against each other, but for now, the big titles are not allowed to go against each other.
Yeah, it gives a bit of explanation and background. Just they just by not acknowledging it, they only make it worse. But this episode of also we don't know whether Heyman's actually going to make it because of the whole Canada thing. I mean, I know it's happened, but who's to say it actually happened?
True. I'm guessing also it's going to be definitely very strange. It is, but alright, episode of Raw. No, it just doesn't feel like a go home show.
No, but I'm not sure anything they could have done would feel like a go home. So, do you know what I mean? We've got to cut them a bit of slack there, but overall, the first half of this Raw may well be. I'm gonna say it might be the worst first half of Raw I've ever seen.
Wow.
It is just. I mean, I've not watched sort of any reaction videos yet, sort of from your big YouTube channels, but I'm really hoping they take the same view because I don't want to be negative, but I've got no option.
Yeah.
The second half was really good.
The first half.
Apart from the Heyman promo, which was average.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me this week, it belonged to NXT and AEW. I think were pretty inseparable. Yeah.
They both had bits which were bad, which were good.
I think I thought NXT was better than it was because I watched NXT on Monday, and having not watched any wrestling for a good 2 or 3 days, it was a nice little.
Mm-hmm.
NXT a day after AEW and NXT UK, it can feel a little bit too much too soon. But the fact that I waited 3 days to watch it, it was a nice palate cleanser, so to speak. Yeah. I think that's why I enjoyed it more. But
for me,
wrestling.
Yeah, it was wrestling, and there was some bad, there was some good. But that's all wrestling is sometimes. But we will. I think the big thing is they haven't announced which matches are on which day.
No, I don't know whether they will do that or whether you'll just turn up and see what happens.
What do you think is going to main event both days? I think Drew Brock will main event one day. What about that other day? Will it be maybe?
Wait, what did you say on main event first day?
I think it'll be one of the days will be Brock Drew. Who do you think will main event the other day?
The main event of the first day will be Shayna versus Becky.
And second day?
Brock versus Drew.
2 Raw main events. But in fairness, SmackDown one has been thrown into thingy.
Yeah. They won't have Goldberg versus a makeshift opponent main event.
I think that'll open the show, if anything.
Yeah. Which is good because the Royal Rumble winner should main event. I mean, in theory, it should be Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley main event in the first day, because she won the Rumble. But
that's mainly
that probably won't happen.
Yeah.
To be honest, it doesn't deserve to after that go home angle.
I think one benefit is that they can look at the matches and sort of decide, okay, this match was slower than we expected. Okay, we'll put that first. This match was actually more fast-paced and more entertaining. They sort of have a chance to put it wherever they want.
They can work around it sort of and make it the best it possibly can be with all the editing, which is a positive.
But here's the main event. And this week, we're going to do the predictions. Obviously, it's the big Mania weekend. We're going to do predictions. So I'll run down the card and we'll ask you predictions, Simon. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
No.
Right. I am.
Right. Yeah. Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair.
Ooh, you gone Flair?
Yeah.
Why?
No, not. Wait, am I? No, I don't think I am. I think I'm going for Rip. Oh, sorry. Let me have a think.
Well, I'll write down my.
No, I'm going to go for Charlotte Flair.
Ooh, you going Flair? Why?
Yeah. Because they're going to have Baszler beat Becky, so that's sort of an NXT person winning. And then in the women and in the SmackDown match, I don't know. Charlotte Flair's just Charlotte Flair, isn't she?
She's missed
it. They will just give her all of the wins. I feel like Ripley's lost a lot of steam since Christmas.
Yeah. Well, I've gone Mania. I've gone Ripley. She's young. She can win. Charlotte can afford a loss. I just want her to win. She's great. Okay, Brock Lesnar or Drew McIntyre?
Drew McIntyre. It's his time, I think. Well, it would have been if for a crowd, but
I'm going for Drew as well.
If Drew loses, that's all his momentum gone. If Lesnar wins, who's next?
If Drew loses, he leaves. Because I think he realises how good he was on the Indies. And I think if he doesn't win the title, I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves when his contract goes.
It's Drew.
It's Drew. Right, for this prediction, I want your winner and also who you think it is going to be. So you got Goldberg versus to be decided. Who are you going for?
Braun Strowman and Goldberg wins.
So you're going for Goldberg. It doesn't
matter who he faces. Goldberg wins.
Goldberg and Strowman. Hold on, that's Strowman. There we go. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to be decided. I don't know who it's gonna be, so I'll just go for a random prediction. I'm gonna go for who haven't we seen in a while who could win it. You know what? Why not? I'll go for Rusev.
No. I don't think I could think of somebody less likely.
He's gone bald. But bald versus bald. Exactly. Right.
Slapping head.
I've still gone for to be decided. So if to be decided wins, I've still got a point. But... Okay. Becky Shayna.
Shayna Baszler.
Ooh, why?
I don't think they'd have her come second in the Rumble, beat 5 women at Elimination Chamber, and get the upper hand on Becky Lynch every single night, only for her to lose the big one. She's a prize fighter. She wins on the big occasions. That's what she does.
That's why I've gone for Shayna. Becky has lost steam a lot. I don't find her as particularly entertaining as she once was. She's still entertaining, but I don't think she's entertaining as she once was. And they've just hyped Shayna up too much for her to lose. Now we have John Cena versus The Fiend. Who are you going for and why?
Not an easy one, but The Fiend. The Fiend's full time. Cena isn't. The Fiend has been Universal Champion. Cena hasn't. The Fiend's in his own match. Cena isn't. John Cena won at WrestleMania 6 years ago. Bray Wyatt didn't.
For me, Cena wants to put Fiend over. That's why I've gone Fiend. I think quite simple. Right. The SmackDown Women's Championship Fatal 5-way. Bayley versus Lacey Evans versus Naomi versus Sasha Banks versus Tamina. Who's winning?
No. Can I take it back? Can I say that Rhea Ripley wins?
Sure. I'll let you have it. I will let you have it.
Yeah. Sorry, Rhea Ripley wins. Sasha Banks.
Sasha Why?
just because that's the only story in the match. Like, it's just been, will Sasha turn on Bayley to win the title? As soon as Sasha was added to the match, she looked at the title. Yeah, pretty basic.
I've gone Bayley. I think you can either go Sasha or Bayley. Yeah. I think I quite like Bayley's heel character, and I think if Sasha turns on Bayley, you're going to have old Bayley back. So I'd like it if maybe Sasha thinks she's got this. She's a bit cocky.
I think we can all agree the answer is not Tamina.
If Tamina wins, I'll eat my hat. Like
I'd be up for it. I'd be buzzing if Tamina won.
Imagine if limbs if Tamina won. We will go to the Undertaker versus AJ Styles match in the Boneyard match.
Oh no, AJ Styles.
Oh, and why?
The Undertaker's 55. Like, if Styles gets beat by a 55-year-old man, like, why? What was the point of this?
Honest, AJ isn't that far off. I'm pretty confident.
Taker's had the upper hand every single week. And I know I back Shayna Baszler because she's had the upper hand every week. But if Undertaker has all this like build-up and then just wins his own match, then like Styles challenged him to the match. Styles can't lose. I don't care if it's Undertaker's own match. Like, if Undertaker wins, like social media will just explode. And
AJ is only 41. 42, sorry. So he's not as old as I thought he was. Yeah, I've gone for AJ as well. It's the right choice. Maybe this can lead to Undertaker going to Deadman, retiring next year. I'm just hoping he retires, to be honest.
Yeah, I should have gone years ago.
Yeah. Moving to the next match, Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins. Who wins and why?
Who does win? I hadn't thought about this.
It's interesting.
Kevin Owens wins.
Ooh.
And I can't give you a reason because Murphy won't be ringside and the AOP are injured. Rollins doesn't have his boys, therefore Owens wins.
Church collapse. I've gone Kevin Owens as well.
Yeah.
If he loses, where does he go? Seth can afford to lose. Seth can blame it on not having Murphy and AOP.
Yeah.
The Miz and John Morrison. We're going to do the predictions. It might not go ahead, but we'll do it just in case. The Miz and John Morrison versus the New Day versus the Usos in a ladder match.
Miz and Morrison.
Seem very enthusiastic with that.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking they only won it about a month ago. New Day have had so many reigns. Usos have had so many reigns. Like, yeah, I don't. They've been quite good with Miz and Morrison. Like, I feel like they're cutting the reign a bit short if they were to lose here. I've
got the Usos. We haven't really had a championship in a while. I know they've been out and stuff. Perfect to have to put it on them. I don't think the Miz and Morrison don't need a title. They can still be themselves. So yeah, that's why I've gone for them. Then we've got the Street Profits versus Austin Theory and Angel Garza.
As much as I'd like it to be Theory and Garza, it's Profits. They're up against a makeshift team. I get the feeling that the higher ups really like the Street Profits.
I like them. Yeah, I've gone for the Street Profits as well. I think if this was Angel Garza and Andrade, I might have gone for them. But just because it's Austin Theory is new, he hasn't had much time to gel with Angel Garza. No, we'll do this match as well. Aleister Black versus Lashley.
Aleister Black.
Yeah, Black for me as well.
It might not happen, but if it does, it's Aleister Black.
Quick black match over. And done with, again, a match that might not go ahead. Elias versus King Corbin.
King Corbin.
How different.
I don't think I have many reasons. Probably just because he chucked him off a massive platform and Elias can't.
Because I think Corbin just deserves a win.
Yeah.
He's been great this past year. Like, he's one of the best heels on the roster.
He can't go from, like, best of, 9 series against Reigns to being pinned by Elias at WrestleMania in the space of, 3 months. It just can't happen.
Mm-hmm. Last man standing match now, Edge versus Randy Orton. You're going for a run?
Edge, Norway, they can pretty much spot. They've both been spot on in the build. But look, if Edge doesn't win his big comeback match, blood feud, what's the point?
Edge has got to win. It's his big return match. If he doesn't win, I will be very, very surprised. Now to the Intercontinental Championship match: Sami Zayn with Cesaro Nakamura versus Daniel Bryan with Gulak.
Sami Zayn? No, Daniel Bryan. No, Daniel Bryan.
Why?
Because I've just said that the Street Profits will retain, Miz and Morrison will retain, as will Rhea Ripley. So there's got to be some title changes.
Even the Intercontinental one.
This could go either way. I have no idea.
It's real hard. I said earlier, Braun's Intercontinental Champion. He is not, obviously. I've gone for Sami Zayn. He's only just won the title. I think there will be some shenanigans. I possibly can see Gulak maybe accidentally interfering.
Yeah,
he's won Bryan the match. I wouldn't be surprised because he's got Bryan the match. Maybe he interferes. Maybe he interferes saying, "I deserve this match. I beat Nakamura. I should be in it, not you." I've gone for something different than you. Then we've got the women's tag team match: the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Who's winning and why?
No one cares. Kabuki Warriors, I guess.
I'm going to go.
Asuka's been on pretty much every show recently.
True.
Why is it happening? It's because Alexa Bliss beat Asuka.
Mm-hmm. And then finally, the best match on the card: Otis versus Dolph Ziggler.
Otis.
Oh, he's got Otis. And why?
I'm just. It should be Otis, but I'm just seeing Vince backstage being like, why would he want to be with Otis when he can be with Dolph Ziggler?
Mm-hmm.
Otis.
I've gone Ziggler because I think Ziggler will win. Otis will look down so sad and dishevelled in the ring. Ziggler will keep on attacking him. Mandy comes in, slaps Ziggler. Boom. Otis and Mandy. So Otis doesn't get the win, but afterwards, Ziggler's being a cock. Boom. Mandy slaps, or punches, or kicks him. Does whatever. You get your moment. Yeah. That should be main event. Night 2.
Say what you want about this WrestleMania. There's quite a few matches that I can't call.
Oh, yeah. I think there's quite a lot of matches I can't call, but also, it is just going to be a bit of fun. I think they might pull out all the stops here because, nothing else in the world is happening. So people who are just casual fans who are looking for something to watch, just bored out of their mind, they'll be like, "Oh, it's WrestleMania." Tune in, give it a watch. Do you know what I mean? Because there's so little, and I feel like there'll be loads of people who tune in for it. So if they take that view, I think they might put on. They might just go all out with it, but then again, I just want them to announce the days, and then you can compare the match cards and see which one's going to be better. Announce what matches are going to be on which show. But again,
that'd help if they announce what stuff we're going to be on what night. That'd get me properly excited.
Same. Just
I'd be more excited if I knew what I was going to be tuning into on what night.
Imagine if you've got on one card Brock Drew, Ripley Flair, the Firefly Funhouse match, and Otis and Ziggler. Yeah, I've got the prediction said. I think one thing we can look forward to is next week is going to be. We've nearly gone 2 hours here because we've had predictions and stuff. I think next week is going to be really good. It's going to be a massive episode. We've got 2 nights of WrestleMania to talk about. We'll still have all the regular shows to talk about as well.
Yeah.
What's right? Final thing to end on. What is the match you're most looking forward to on Mania?
What a question. Cena versus Wyatt because I'm just intrigued. Like, I want them to go really goofy with it.
Yeah, for me,
it's between that and Goldberg versus mystery opponent to see who it is and how it gets booked.
It'll be Braun.
And Undertaker versus Styles, again, just for some intrigue as to what a boneyard match will be and like whether Undertaker can actually walk.
For me, it's Fiend, Cena, and Edge Orton.
Yeah,
like Edge Orton. These promos every week have just got me so excited for it.
Yeah.
But
I wasn't watching one wrestling, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just wait and see. Big Mania, looking forward to it this week. And we'll have SmackDown and we'll have WrestleMania, your big WWE shows to carry on. This has been the Wrestling Corner, episode 10. If you haven't heard of us, we're the Wrestling Corner. Every week we talk about wrestling, AEW, NXT, Raw, SmackDown, any little bits, they're big. And if you found us through the Top Corner, thank you very much. That is obviously the sports podcast. We have the Sports Corner YouTube channel. Mondays, we have a new series starting from Josh, where he plays a career mode of your choice. So go on to the channel. It'll be the second most recent video after this, where you can choose either 3 teams. I think it's Hull, Hamburg, and someone else. And you choose how he plays his career mode. That's coming out every Monday and Fridays. So stay tuned for that. Tuesdays, you've got this. You've got the Wrestling Corner. Wednesdays, you've got the Daddy. You've got the Top Corner. Thursdays, you sometimes have the NFL Corner. Depending if there's NFL news, the draft may be happening soon, so we may get that. Like I said, Friday we've got the new career mode series. But this has been the Wrestling Corner. Thank you very much, Simon, for joining me.
Thank you for letting me shout about Raw and talk about NXT.
You had a good rant today. It was nice.
Yeah, that's therapeutic.
But don't forget to like and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you know when we're actually live, because YouTube loves to play games here. But thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. Boom ending.